All right, fellow, what's your name?
You can call me Monkeywrench. Me hobbies are heavy metal, unprovoked mayhem, and explosions. Loud explosions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm down south 77, aka 3-Star Draw, and this here is an adult collector channel where we like to talk G.I. Joe, mainly classified, and sometimes we'll take a look at some other stuff that I like as well. Today is a highly anticipated G.I. Joe classified day, as if you didn't already know, because we're going to be taking a look at Monkeywrench number 167. He is the second to last Dreadnok for me that we need to complete the OG Dreadnoks. We've already got Naugahyde. I don't really care about Zanzibar. Give me the original 5 Dreadnoks plus the Z's, and I do like Zanya, so throw Zanya in for us at some point. Throw us a friggin' bone. But got this guy in today. I'm really excited to get him. Been looking forward to him. He looks great. So we're gonna go ahead and check him out, see what he's about. A little bit different format here, as you might can tell. So I give you a little background on this. So Monkeywrench was not supposed to show up till really, really late today. And I have something else showing up at some point tomorrow. So I'm like, you know, I'll take Saturday. I wanted to get away from YouTube. Wanted to get away from stuff. I need to come down and check on my camper. Hadn't been down for a couple weeks. Like, I'll just go down and hang out for the day. That's what I'll do. Didn't bring any toys even to do pictures with, to go down to the creek. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just wanted to basically sit here and listen to everything in the woods and drink beer, really. So got everything packed up, clothes, food, dog, and I leave. It's like 11 this morning, and I realized I forgot my coffee cup. I had a Yeti full of coffee, and I'm like, I need that. So I turned around at the end of my road, and by the time I got back to my driveway, I pulled in my driveway behind somebody else pulling in my driveway, and I thought, no. Sure enough, it was Walmart. Laser post, laser ship, laser gun, whatever it is, whatever they send their stuff through, that's who it was delivering Monkeywrench. And I thought, okay. Like, okay. Well, go back in, grab the coffee, grab the GoPro, and I guess we're going to look at Monkeywrench in the middle of the woods. Why not? So, I think this is the first review I've done on my GoPro. So I'll do this one in a little bit different style. I'll do some other things to mix in this review and mix it up a little bit. I don't get to do that very often. So without further ado, let's look at Monkeywrench. Oh, he's over here. As per usual, we will take a look at Monkeywrench in the package. Just because we're in the middle of nowhere and you will literally hear roosters crowing while we're doing this review doesn't mean I'm going to do it any differently, really. So let's see, what's the best way to do this? There we go. There's the back of Monkeywrench number 167. Got him here in the, I guess, the garage, the gas station. Got the Cold Slither there, back there, poster behind him. And I love, like, July 23rd. Like, I love the detail that they've got in this. You get a close up on his grenades and his weird 3D mask that seems like looks like the thing you look at in the optometrist, where you have to look at the corn and the railroad tracks going through the corn. So anyway, pretty standard fare. We've seen all this before. Nice portrait of him here with his wrenches and his weird Dr. Satan House of 1,000 Corpses mask. It's kind of what that reminds me of. Then over here you get his attributes, nice blued out portrait, and your QR code. This is how he comes packaged in. Take a look at all that goodness there. He comes with quite a bit of stuff, actually. Pretty good loadout for this guy. Psych, man, that GoPro is awesome at a great many things, but one of those things is not showing the detail of an action figure up close. If it was a foot away, it's great, but when I bring it up and try to point out some of the detail, not so much. It was fuzzy. So I didn't realize that till I got home, started putting it together, realized I really can't use much of the footage from this weekend. I'm going to splice in a little bit of it here and there, some of the pictures and stuff that I wanted to do, but I've got to do it all over right here at the desk, showing you guys the detail on Monkeywrench. And there's a lot of detail. That's why I'm doing it. If it was something else, it was just a repaint of a trooper or something, wouldn't matter so much. But this is a really good figure, and you guys deserve to see what makes it a really good figure. So I'm going to give you the express version, seeing as how I've already gotten him broken in, I guess. So here we go.
Oh no! You never said nothing about no big hairy spiders! You wimp! One more outburst like that and I'll bury you with Montezuma!
Well, it's already off the rails, so we might as well do something a little different. We'll start with the figure first, and not just the figure. We'll talk about this awesome mask that he kind of inexplicably comes with. So you do have red and blue lenses in it, kind of a 3D glasses kind of look, and the rest of it is done in like a gunmetal. You can see the little rivets and things in it where it is put together. It's a really neat looking piece. Got a couple little spikes there on the side of it, and black breather there. There's like no rhyme or reason as to what this really is or why he comes with it, but it is pretty awesome. So we'll go down into his bandolier. Monkeywrench, he's got to have his grenades, so he does have his 5 pineapple grenades across his chest there on a black bandolier, which has a buckle, red buckle. I love this because it almost looks like it is an old school seatbelt release mechanism. Just neat, just a neat touch there. I like, they painted it. The buckle is kind of the same color as the mask is up here. Then you do get his vest. Got to have Monkeywrench has got to have his vest. You see the zipper in there, nice detail. It's always great when they paint the zipper, and collars up here. These little buttons on here. They didn't paint the buttons, but button down collar, and a couple little pouches here on the left side of the vest. And then you do see the buckles here to cinch it up with on the right and the left side of the aisle. Thank you for your time and attention. He does have a chest cut, torso ratchet cut there. Old Monkeywrench been hitting the gym. Dude is ripped. So go down. Does have this awesome skull belt buckle, nice and silver, and does have a couple chains coming off of it. See the little hooks there hooked into his belt loops, which is awesome. The belt loops painted always makes a difference. Over here on the left side, he's got this double chain, and that one is just kind of hooked into the back here. And then over on the right, it goes around, and he has a chain wallet. Check it out. He has a chain wallet. It goes right in there and attaches to the top. So that's awesome that he's got a chain wallet, because Dreadnoks had chain wallets. Then we go down into his pants. Like some old faded, just worn out jeans. The slashes in them, the rips in the jeans are very well done. You can definitely see the wash and the difference in the paint there, where it's lighter. These jeans have definitely seen better days, or maybe he bought them that way. Maybe he got them at American Eagle. Monkeywrench has great jeans out here, down here below the knee, or actually on the knee. That's weird. I just noticed that, because they're not knee pads. He don't have knee pads, but just the cut for the knee there, and then This looks like it's further down for some reason, but it's not. It's on his knee when you get down, and he does have, for whatever reason, a couple hankies tied around each leg in the same spot, and they're different, so you can see they're not the exact same mold, just reversed. So actually different texture, folds there where it looks like they're folded over, tied up on each side. Going down into his motorcycle boots, look really good. Big tall boots, so he don't he don't mess his feet and his shins up while he's on a motorcycle. Say what it is. 2022 Hasbro made in China on these boots, so these are definitely probably reused from somewhere else. Then you got all your batch and your date code down here on this knee. Helps if I show him, huh? Alright, flip him over. You got your floating holster, and it is a double holster. Going up, nothing particularly fancy about the back, just blue jeans, and then there's his chains. Back of his vest, he's got this this old school, like, I don't know, kind of iron cross looking kind of thing on the back. There's a word for this and I can't think of it. He does not have a backpack, but does of course have the peg in there for it if you want to put one on him. And on the back of his bandolier, he does have the loops for his pipe wrenches, and note they're not attached, so they're those loops that they don't fasten, because you'll never get those axes through there. But they do function pretty well. They're kind of thicker plastic than what we're used to with some of this stuff. They will actually hold the wrench axes in there. So we'll go ahead and check out on his bicep. He's got this tattoo on the right side, and I cannot make out what that says. Maybe it'll show on camera. And get it that it's a dagger with wings, and it's crossed a skull, and there is something in cursive on it, and I can't tell. I don't think I can hold it steady enough. There, maybe it'll show up. I can't see it from here, but I think it might show up on camera. And then down here, belt buckle, kind of, the skull made me think of the belt buckle. It's got the nice belt buckle with the skull and the crossed wrenches on it. I said, hey, nice belt buckle, but I didn't say what was on it. That's what's on it. Go over here to the other side, and you do have this awesome tattoo over here of the skull with some crossed wrenches. Looks really nice. I know some people don't like the tattoos on these figures, but come on, they're Dreadnoks. These guys are gonna have tattoos, but I'm in for the tattoos. I've got them. So, all right. Looked at all that. Let's check out the articulation. Nothing really to write home about. Bicep. Got your butterfly, which gets stopped by the cut of the overlay here. So you don't get a whole lot. Nice Jean-Claude Van Damme on this guy. T-pose, I'm sorry. That's the T-pose, not the Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm getting up my appropriated colloquialisms mixed up here. Pinless double jointed elbow. You got the wrist gauntlets here that go halfway up his forearm with these silver studs on them. They look good. His hands, it's got the armored on the fingers, so when he punches somebody, and he does have horizontal articulation on his wrists, both of them. Then over here, same thing, same articulation. And it's worth noting, because you didn't get to see it here out of the package like I filmed it the first time, his joints are not loose, they're not tight, they're just about perfect, about the right resistance you want moving these around on a new figure. I didn't have to work these around and break them loose much at all. You can feel the ratchet, so you can see how they can work. So, and they move really easy. I was impressed with this guy. So you get your upper torso cut with him, and then you You have a separate boot swivel for him. And of course your ankle rockers. Really good posability out of this guy. On his holster over here, does have this embossed leather with another skull on it. Looks really nice. And then you got your same buckle here that he's got here. So the holster looks really nice. He does come with this good looking 6-shooter. I think this is the same one Wild Bill came with. Well, when I filmed this the first time, I looked at that and I said, oh, I think this is Wild Bill's gun, but of course I don't have Wild Bill with me. Well, I'm home and I have Wild Bill. So this is what Wild Bill's should have looked like. So the top is Monkeywrenches, the bottom is Wild Bill's, and that was what I said about Wild Bill's, was it wasn't shiny enough. You can see the difference. This is what Wild Bill's should have looked like. Of course, different grips. Wild Bill has the faux ivory with the gold star of Texas, and Monkeywrench has like a rubberized, texturized grip there. So this does look really nice. The silver brings out a lot of detail in it. So I dig this pistol. I mean, I like it with Wild Bill, but they gave Monkeywrench the proper one. Does have a pair of punchy fists. Same thing, got the knuckle armor on top, so you can really make it hurt when he punches at you. Let's see, he's wearing a bandana here, a big long bandana, and he also does have this one where it looks like he can, pull it up like he's an old-timey outlaw, and it looks really nice on him. A little bit dirty there. You can see some of the, let's see, there we go, maybe you can see that. A little bit of the roughed up. Got a couple stains on it. I mean, it does not look new. Looks right. Looks like it should look coming on a Dreadnok. Let's go ahead and take a look at his pipe wrench axes. I really like this, man. Classified's going all in with axes and hammers and stuff lately, and I absolutely love it. I love stuff like this, kind of bludgeoning type weapons. So they're the exact same, so we'll just take a look at one of them here. Nice shiny blade. Maybe he just put these together so it catch the light there. Shwing. Nice pointy spike on the other side of it, and you can actually see like the rivets in it where it looks like this thing was just put together out in the garage. Another spike on the top here, and then it is actually made into a pipe wrench, a monkey wrench. Pretty nice detail on this thing overall. You get 3 different color paints on it. You got it wrapped down here, and we'll see that wrap again in just a minute. So this is so you can hold on to it, swing it without getting blisters. This was a really cool idea. Whoever thought this up had a really good idea, a nice home run with that. Then let's take a look at old Monkeywrench's weapon here. I hesitate to call it a gun because I don't really know what the hell it actually is supposed to be. It's a very confusing weapon. They did a good job bringing it up to date for Classified, I thought. It does have the silver trident harpoon, which is removable. We get to take this out this time, so maybe he can take it out and use it as a stabbing weapon, or as what the confusing part was when we were kids, it does have a spool of rope down there. Now underneath, I'm guessing this is a double barrel AR or a shotgun. It almost looks like that could be a little pump down there for like a double barrel, but a double barrel pump shotgun, I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into it, but you can see the light hitting it. It has a lot of detail in this thing. Got an optic up on top of it. It's not real flexible. It's pretty rigid till you get to the stock, but it's not that big of a deal with him really. So this is overall a really nice looking update for Monkeywrenches, whatever this weapon is for you. When I was a kid, it was always like a moved like that, like he could poke holes and stuff. Like I always used it like he could punch holes in armor, and then Ripper or Buzzer could come along behind him and put the blade or the saw in and have a starting point. You know, sometimes when you use tools, you have to do that. You have to make a hole in something. So, and then down here, I don't know if it looks like it's a gas can to me. It looks like it's got a little cap there on top. So this looks like it's some kind of a gas can, almost like an upside down lawnmower can. I don't know. And then there's your wrap again on the handle. And no real trigger guard. The whole thing is a handle guard. And it's almost like a trench knife. So he can also hit somebody with that if he needs to. So this thing looks really neat overall. I'm happy with the attention to detail that they did. And it's actually, this part down here almost seems gloss, and the rest of it is kind of matte. I didn't notice that before. Just curious detail. Then we come to the bane of existence with most everybody that has them, is his glasses. So you gotta have Monkeywrench with his glasses. These are cool. You can actually see through them. They're like a semi-opaque. His shades were mirrored and everything, and this does give off a nice mirror look, but you can actually see through them. So, I don't know. Miracle of modern science, I guess. So I'm going to show you something that I actually missed the first time, so we're going to swap this out. I'm going to pop this hairpiece off, and that's how this fits together. There's the key underneath it for him. This one does not fit as tight as his normal hair. So on his regular hair, you almost have a spot right there to slide the glasses in. So it just about works out perfectly. You kind of got to finagle it around a little bit, but there is a little slot there for the glasses to go through, which is nice. That's what we've been needing. Take a look at the hair. Nice texturing. Got some wash on there. You can definitely see they've come a long way with doing the hair. I kind of started doing this with rock and roll. So let's see if we can pop this on here. So that one goes on much better than this one. This one his hair flipping out in the back, and this sitting down hitting the scarf. It doesn't seem to fit on as tight. So while we got that on there, let's check out the face sculpt. I think they did a really good job with this guy. We got these gritted teeth. I'm kind of surprised he has all of his teeth, and they are white. I mean, look, like they've got a good dental plan there with the Dreadnoks. Does have this awesome scarring over his left eye. Let's see if we can get that to come in and show up. And then it does extend across the bridge of his nose above his right eye. Looks good. Eyes are nice and centered. Like he's got earrings like that. And they're matching too. So, he put some thought into his outfit. So the glasses. There's a couple ways you can do this, but they actually will go on pretty nicely. You can pop the hair up just a little bit and angle them upwards. And it's not as easy as it was last time I did it. So you can see the groove there. I mean, you guys might not can see it. I'm trying to look at it and get it lined up. I did it a couple different ways. I had it in that groove one point, and then I put them on. There we go. So you get them in there, and you can tell when they're where they're supposed to be. So hopefully, I don't know how much of that actually made it on camera. So hopefully you can see that going in underneath his hair. and catching that groove there in the hairpiece. So that is how the glasses should be done. They should have been doing that from the start. I really wish Buzzers had something like that, because Buzzer does not look right without his glasses. So how well do they stay on? Pretty much as well as you want them to. They hadn't even budged. The hair holds them in. So it's just, this is the system. Like, he has the long hair to hide the glasses though, so not everybody has that. So let's go ahead and do this. I do have some footage, some pictures and stuff that I'm going to work in here that was kind of salvageable, so I don't have to do all of this here at the end on this review, just since I got everything right here, and it's not that big of a issue to do. So there he is with his pipe monkey wrench axes. It's a pretty awesome look. Like, you can do a lot of cool posing with this dude. They really did knock Monkey Wrench completely out of the park. Something that I did miss in the first part of the review, if you want to put on his punchy fist, his gauntlets are removable. So, in case you want to do that. So, you get the idea of punchy fists. So, on there, let's see, let's check out holding his pistol. All of his weapons look really, really good. He holds them all really well. And we can get the finger in the trigger guard. That's been the fun part here lately with some of these guys, is the thumbs and the trigger fingers. So there we go. Get him holding that. And you got a little wiggle room to push that up. But there you go. And then, of course, horizontal swivel. Let's check out his main weapon. This one's a little trickier. Found it easiest to bend the fingers a little bit, and then you can pop it right in there. So, and I was worried about that stock being just a little bit bendy, but the way it hits, it's short enough. It really doesn't hit his arm too badly, and you can actually get this on his bicep where it's supposed to be. And you can get a two-handed grip on this underbarrel or whatever this is. You can do it. It's really wide, so you do have to stretch the hand out. And then I think we've looked at everything other than try to figure out the best way to do this. There's his head, which actually it all come off in one piece. Does have the removable necklace. Didn't really talk about it because it was under the bandana. Pretty sure this is a zodiac sign, isn't it? Is this Taurus? I'm sure it's not just like a lucky horseshoe. And then this is what I wanted to do. So this was kind of sketchy putting this on. So let's take this off of him. And getting the outlaw bandana on him, you'd think it would be easier to go from the bottom. So let's try that, because you want to get it on there without it rolling up, right? You don't want it to roll up. But the trick is getting this thing on there, getting it pulled down where it needs to be, and then that on there so you can get an idea of that, and then getting the hairpiece back on. So that's the tricky part, is doing all of that. But as you can see, not too much work, pretty easily doable. This really should be up over his ears, honestly. But I don't think it's going over the hair. I'm not going to attempt it. I kind of think you just got to have it tied around his chin like that. I mean, maybe. I mean, somebody may prove me wrong. But to do that and get the glasses on there to get that look. So then you have this bandana. That's what it looks like off. Again, this bone almost color. And you can see the dirt in there. I love this because it's like they've been riding motorcycles wearing this. And then there's his necklace. So, man, if you are a Dreadnok fan, you definitely need to get Monkeywrench. And if you are just collecting the best of the classified figures, you need Monkeywrench. So we got to give this guy a rating, right? I grade all these guys. Monkeywrench is just about as good as it gets when it comes to classified figures. A couple of things I'd like to see just a little bit different, but not much. Like they threw in so much with this guy that we didn't know we even wanted or needed. So Monkeywrench, you guys, is a 4.75 yeehaws for me. That's very high on my scale. It only goes to 5. There's only been, I think, 2 5s. So Monkeywrench. Guys, I appreciate it. If you like this review, hit that like, that share, that subscribe. I'm going to mix in some other stuff from when I filmed this the first time. And I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.